For better or for worse, right? Wrong. It's easy to love someone through good and better times. That consistency of love in hard times is never guaranteed. Let adversity strike. That is when you'll see your smoothness level. So when you pray, pray for kind partners who will still choose you when life happens. That person who's all over you today, making all manner of loving declarations, may be the very person to abandon you in your lowest moments. And I know there are some women who cannot stand to see a man who used to command boardrooms and take charge of life now completely weak and dependent on them. So today we are going to be talking about kindness and being trustworthy. Um, Kindness, basically, we all know what it is, and we know trustworthiness. Are you trustworthy? Ask yourself. Are you kind? Ask yourself. Are you the kind of person that can be depended upon? And are you the one who would be kind no matter how hard things are? Well, today I'll be taking you down this rabbit hole of a very sad or touching story which I found on Facebook and was shared by Isinam Osei on the 21st of March. First off, she made a post saying, when a man is winning in life and the cash is flowing, the love is sweeter at home. You know, with small fans, appellations, and praise, singing them will give you left, right, center. Let adversity strike. That is when you'll see your smoothness level. Now that's the attached post. And then she goes on to make a follow up. She says, the man who influenced the attached post eventually died. Now let's read the story. It's really sad. Today's a month since we laid him to rest. The cause of death may have been medical, but us who knew him know his demise was hastened by the fact that at his lowest, his once loving wife cleaned him out and took off. She left Ghana while her husband was bedridden and dying. The ending to this love story was one none of us would have predicted because Uncle T and his wife made love and marriage look so beautiful. They constantly showed each other off. Where you saw one, you saw the other. The appellations, the fans' sweet gestures, they made love beautiful. It was his first and only marriage. It was her second. He was wealthy, well connected, and powerful. And life was sweet. But life happened. When a man stops being a breadwinner, what then becomes of his purpose? When Uncle T got sick, the imperfectly perfect couple was replaced with something we couldn't recognize: the neglect, the abuse. Even the two nurses who attended to him at home complained about the Mrs. treatment and her maltreatment. Thank God for family and true friends who stood in and stayed with him until he drew his last breath. Sickness is a story I know so well. I've been both the caregiver and the one who was sick. It's a tough road to travel either ways. And sometimes those closest to you are the most likely to bail on you. They just can't confront your new reality. And I know there are some women who cannot stand to see a man who used to command boardrooms and take charge of life now completely weak and dependent on them. Vulnerability or any form of weakness in a man can be a turn off for some women. This side of you does not support their construct or how they were socialized. So eventually they get tired and they exit. Some are also not used to adversity and so can't endure the pressures that come with it. In fact, one conversation that has dominated my home over the past 1 year is how men are treated when they no longer are winning in life because of the life experiences of some around us. For better or for worse, right? Wrong. It's easy to love someone through good and better times. That consistency of love in hard times is never guaranteed. Just because you got it good today does not mean your partner will love you same in hard seasons. That person who's all over you today, making all manner of loving declarations, may be the very person to abandon you in your lowest moments. So when you pray, pray for kind partners who will still choose you when life happens. This has always been happening over the years. It has happened since time immemorial and it is still here with us and it will continue to happen. It has played out so many times and continues to repeat itself. So ask yourself, are you that kind of partner? Are you the wife of this man? Or are you like the wife of this man? Or are you this man in this situation? Are you in a similar situation? If so, ask yourself, what must I do? What is the right thing to do? If you are the heartless person in this case, what is coming to you is not good. You know more about yourself than anybody else does. If you are the person who has left someone before, then sit down and reflect because life will always happen. It says, one day is for you and another day is upon you. So you might be thinking you got it all figured out and you don't need anybody today. So you could just take off and bolt and leave, but then be careful. Be really careful whatever you do. Make sure you find kindness in your heart and share it with the world. And make sure you stick with those who truly love you and those who you truly love in times of hardness, in times of difficulty, in times of real struggle. In their down times, be there for them and find people who will be there for you when you are struggling. Don't just be all superficial and be thinking, oh, I want the most beautiful, I want the most curvy looking, I want this kind of person. You will get it. But at the end of the road, when things go south, you're gonna see. And you're gonna pay close attention. When things go south, you will understand. So I'll leave you with this. Just ponder over it and think more about it. Which of them are you? I'll call it a day. I'll see you another time.